Hello, fire signs. This is going to be an general reading for the elemental fire signs. So this will be a general reading for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius for March 2019. I have with me today the Radiant White deck. I have the La Vida Sibilas and the playing cards. Oh wait, I'm missing a deck. Here we go. And I also have the Lenormands here. So depending on what the cards have to say will be the ones that I will use that will determine what clarifiers that I use. Depending on what the reading is talking about, you will either get a chance to ask one final question at the end of the reading, being answered by either the angel answer cards and or the romance angel cards. Okay. I hope everybody is having a good spring forward. This one seemed to be really gentle, I guess because it fell over a weekend. Those ones that happen like during the week, like on Sundays, oh, those are horrible because that very next day you got to get up, you know, and try to get your bearings, you know, with that 1 hour missing. So I think this one was actually pretty good, and I know for me, my daughter's on spring break, so that helps a lot because it's going to give her an opportunity to reset give her a week to reset her body clock. So anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and lay the cards. This is going to be a short mini cross. So we have the Ten of Pentacles in the center. The foundation is the Seven of Swords. What has happened before in the past. There is our Strength card. Wow, there's a lot of brightness in this. Our Unknown Influence at the top. The High Priestess. Wow, I don't particularly like these two cards together. And then what may be happening in the future. And of course I say what may be happening or what could possibly happen because in order to gain any insight into your situation requires a personal reading. Well, we have the Ten of Cups. Well, and we have the Fool card. Well, isn't that interesting? The only thing here that's missing is a Wands card. We have two major arcanas, a cup, a sword, and a pentacle. So I would dare say that for many of you, this Ten of Pentacles in the center is either talking about some kind of familial setting or event, or about the family. We have the two tens together, and two tens speak to the end of a relationship and or phase in the relationship. Two tens also speak to financial changes, financial and or career changes, usually for the better. So I mean, and really if your finances and your career is better, then that means you have more to share with your family. Sometimes the Ten of Pentacles will show up as the inheritance card, meaning that there could be a family business or generational monies. Sometimes I've seen the Ten of Pentacles show up when you work in a large organization and you've been there for a while, where, you know, everybody knows their place, everybody does their part, and so everybody profits in this particular thing. It is the Seven of Swords underneath at the foundation of the reading that kind of doesn't make any sense to me. Normally sevens, not normally, always sevens represent a moment of internal conflict. There's we get to a place, something, we've overcome something. There were 5 swords there, right? And now we're kind of either we've made a decision we're not sure about, or we are trying to, I think sometimes, evade a situation that we're not, you know, don't want to deal with. One of the old interpretations of this card is that it is a house move, and I do sense for some of you, you want to move but not tell anybody that you're moving. And I don't know if it's because you've gotten a better job offer, Maybe you're not exactly sure yet. We are under the Mercury retrograde, so this could be some kind of contractual issue. It is this High Priestess at the top. Now, typically the High Priestess will represent someone who's very skilled, highly intelligent, very skilled, very knowledgeable, doesn't make a lot of waves, tends to watch things more than she will participate in. But the card also is asking you sometimes to, this could be issues with your mom. Maybe, you know, there's a situation, a financial situation going on with your mom or your mother you're not exactly sure about. But it also asks you to, if you have children, take a look, and I do think that there are children here. The reason why I say that is there's kids in this 10 of Cups here. But there's also one kid clinging to his mom right there. Can you see him right there? So for some of you, this could be the idea that maybe you are ready to become a mother, and now you got a decision to make about, how is this going to fit into your career? Is that going to take time away from your career? Sometimes the 10 of Cups can be the idea of, it is all about sacrificing for the family. It's Mars. The energy is Mars. It represents the time frame of Mars in Pisces. And I think Mars is in Aquarius right now. I'm not exactly sure. So this could be giving us a time frame over which this might happen. I don't know if this High Priestess represents a boss for some of you. Not necessarily a mentor. But the reason why I say this is because she sits over this 10 of Pentacles. And sometimes the High Priestess is simply that idea of trusting whatever your intuition is telling you. And again, with the 7 of Swords, this is either something that I think you are conflicted about making the decision towards it. Now, what I'm going to do is take a look at the Strength card and the High Priest, I'm sorry, the 2 10s and the 7 as they relate to the Strength and the High Priestess. Something is changing. Now, the Strength card typically asks you to face whatever your fears are. And the only way that you can do that is by getting a hold truly of your emotions. And not allowing your emotions to cloud your judgment. Because, I mean, we have the Fool over it. The Fool card does speak to a new beginning, but it could also be that idea of being foolish and being reckless. Sometimes the 7 of Swords will come out as you're acting too flippantly. You're being, you are not really paying attention to the things that you need to pay attention to. This is either because, you got other things going on, or it is because you just, how am I hear them telling me how I'm supposed to say it, but I can't formulate the words. Or it is saying that you are just kind of recklessly going about things, okay? So let's take a look at what the cards have to say. We will start with the center, the 10 of Pentacles, okay? For some of you, I feel this is a contractual issue. And there's nothing about the 10 of Pentacles, but 2 10s do tell of a career change for the better. I just get the sense that some of you are conflicted about a choice or a decision that you used to make. That's what the twos represent. She is a 2. But then there are those 2 swords right there as well. Now, I don't know if this is a choice between 2 families, because we see 2 different family scenes. Okay? So it could even be that. Let me look at this Seven of Swords as the foundational issue. Now, the Seven of Swords, this Fool card has some influence over it. So here's the placement. It is indicating that you are currently acting too flippantly and inconsistently, and there may be a need to be more positive and stable. It has to do with either a job or finances or some kind of financial or familial issue. That, I feel, is why the Strength card has come out. Some of you may get a handle on this. I think others of you may not be getting a handle on this. I guess it just depends on where you are, right? Or at least where you think you are. Now, to me, this Seven of Swords, because the guy is holding 5 swords in his hand, tells me that there's been perhaps some kind of argument or fight. This could be at work. It could be over monies. It could be a business thing in which, you know, there have been some disagreements. Maybe somebody that you're dealing with has gone silent. Maybe they're extremely proud and stubborn. Maybe that's you. You know, I don't know. Now, 2 tens appearing next to each other indicates that a huge change is imminent. Let me see it here. The number of tens indicate how radical the change will be. So this is some kind of partnership situation. I have 2 tens. Okay. So this tells me there's a change in a partnership coming. Now, you know, what that means, I really don't know. This card typically represents abundant blessings and happy celebrations with the family, having everything you've ever wanted. But there's something here, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. So what I'm going to do, first thing I want to do is pull, I'm going to pull 3 Lenormands across the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. There's just something here. And I don't quite know what the I don't know if some of you want to move from the city to the country, or maybe the suburbs, perhaps, or buy land. Sometimes this 10 of Pentacles can be that kind of property attainment. But I can't ignore the fact that the 2 tens say the end of a relationship or phase in a relationship. I don't know. Maybe some of you are trying to decide whether or not it's time for you to retire. You know? Or maybe go work for yourself. We have this single female and this Strength card here. Well, there's the House. The Child. Wow. And the Snake. Well, well, well. So obviously we're looking at this idea of property, stability, security. Maybe this is a new house that some of you are trying to because the child can mean that. It could be the child. So this could be the idea that maybe there's some issue going on at home because you have a child that's in trouble or that's rather troublesome. But this is telling me as well, if I look at the house and the snake together, this tells me that it's a house with serious problems. Sometimes this can be the idea of that you're having trouble with a neighbor, okay? The snake in the garden, so to speak. So somebody around you, okay, that's you want to watch out for. Now, this could be telling me that there's a new house that you want to purchase or you're looking at to buy. But I'm going to tell you that there's something wrong with the house. There's either some plumbing issues or some wiring issues, electrical issues. So if you trying to rush ahead and do this property deal, maybe you're trying to sell your home and you're having some difficulty selling it because there are some problems with the house. This could work anyway, but if this is about moving to a new place, I would dare say that when you arrive there, that you're going to have trouble perhaps with one of your neighbors, if not. Sometimes she will represent a female, the Queen of Wands, I believe she is. Okay. She may be a younger female. She even maybe herself may have a family. There's, a young male child, the husband. I'm going to pull Sibilas. I mean, this really could play out any way. I stand by the whole idea of a new property, either buying or selling the new property or moving to a new place. Maybe the house is smaller. Maybe you're actually having some trouble right now with the property, in which case I will tell you that it will be plumbing and or electrical issues. Also, that for some of you, you may be having issues with the child, but also if this is a new move, falling on those two tens, that's a change. So whatever this new move is, when you get to your new place, be cautious of or keep an eye out on your neighbors. It could even be somebody within your family, within the midst of you, who are giving you trouble. So I want to take a look, because sometimes the high priestess can show up as the woman you didn't know anything about. Let's take a look at this Seven of Swords here. Well, what started out perhaps as something happy and pleasant, that's like the Three of Cups. Perhaps that was supposed to help. That's a move. We are now quite sad or upset about. So I don't know if some of you have already purchased a home and you're in it. It was supposed to make everything better. Maybe you had to move for work or something like that. Maybe you purchased a property for investment purposes, but now it ain't going so well. And for those of you this has not happened, if you recognize this situation, be cautious. Ten of Spades, Jack of Clubs, and the Three of Diamonds. Well, spades always speak to thoughts and communications. It's like the sword. The wands always speak. The clubs are like the wands. Remember I said there were no wands here. And the diamonds speak to some kind of finances. Now, I think this is a legal issue for some of you. The Ten of Spades says worry and bad news. With the Jack of Clubs, it speaks to a popular youth, someone who is good-hearted and playful. He kind of shows up again here. only he's showing up as the page or the Knight of Swords. And then this Three of Diamonds. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Three of Diamonds speaks to some kind of legal letter. Yes, it says to be tactful with others to avoid a dispute. Remember I said there's been something I think kind of shady going on. I think that maybe some of you might be getting the wool pulled over your eyes about this either move, career change, or property. Remember how I said that I was buying a house, but I have stopped. I'm not even looking anymore. Why? The astrology is not right. That's how I use astrology. You guys, y'all don't ask any questions about the astrology, but I'm telling you, once you watch it play out, you'll understand how it works. Let's formulate a question for the angel answer cards. There's at least 3 people involved here. A King of Hearts, either a Jack of, and maybe there's 2 kids, a Jack of Page, a Jack of Swords, and a Jack of Clubs. But then here's this 3. So there's some kind of legal letter coming. There's 3 people there. There's at least 3 people involved in this, if not more. Okay. It says choose a new direction. Now, that's quite interesting. I really honestly feel that there's somebody there that's kind of holding you back in some way. They're doing something a bit shady. Maybe you kind of sense that, but you're not sure. Please don't be reckless if this is a legal issue. Please take your time in, getting this going. Now, the other meaning of this 10 of Swords is tragic endings, especially when one is not ready to let go. It also represents life space transitions, endings to a portion of life, closing the door and letting go of the past. Remember I said this tells me that there are some problems in the home. That child and the snake, even though the child can mean small or new or beginning, okay, it still represents that there's an issue with this snake. The Jack of Clubs. There's definitely a third party here. The Jack of Clubs speaks to a tall, dark stranger under the age of 40. Could be, curly hair, a dark-haired man, sensual, exciting. It could also speak to male children. So this would be a male child with air predominating or younger admirer. And this could be a Wands, a fire sign individual. This could even tell you that this might be somebody, a new neighbor that has moved in. Okay? But because she shows up with the snake and the house, again, it tells me that it's somebody in your midst. Okay? Now, the 3 of Diamonds says business collaborations of more than 2 persons. That's it. So this says choose a new direction. Maybe, the cards are trying to warn you to please back up a moment. Hold up a moment. The time has come to choose a new direction for your life. The circumstances that you find yourself living in may seem unfulfilling, or perhaps your heart is full of discontent. You know that there is something more out in the world for you. And you've been procrastinating following the guidance of your angels. Make a conscious choice to be the person you are meant to be. Create an action plan for yourself that leads you in the direction of your divine life purpose. Begin taking steps immediately towards a happier future. Because sometimes the Fool card can be about having faith and just stepping out on something. But it doesn't mean you have to do it in a willy-nilly, naive manner. She can be about doing the research. Okay? This tells me that you're smart enough to figure out what it is you need to be doing. And maybe while we're under this Mercury retrograde, that's what you need to be doing, is formulating your plans so that once Mercury comes out of retrograde, you will be ready to move forward and you'll have all of your ducks in a row. So that's what I have for you, fire signs. I hope this message helped. I don't know if this is really weird, because this could be telling you that I honestly feel for some of you, the 210s, end of a relationship, phase of a relationship, because there's a new person in your home or around your home. This could be a neighbor. There's a new female, a younger female. So that's what I have for you. Until next time, namaste.